Good evening. Good evening, lads and ladies. And in today's video, we are doing Premier League predictions for match day number 8. Yes. Let me just close down a few things because it's quite slow today. I do apologise for this, people. Are we good? Yeah, we're good. It'll do. It'll do for now. So yeah, today we're doing some Premier League predictions because we might have to have a little bit of catching up to do. I'll admit I didn't have the time to do week 7 predictions. It is what it is, but I did it in my own, kind of notes, and we calculated it. It was all fine and dandy. It was all fun. So looking back on game week 6, then let's just quickly check on that so that we don't forget that. So yeah, basically, it was decent. It wasn't a world beater, that's for sure, but it was good enough. By the way, thank you so much for that extra subscriber. 118 now. It would be brilliant before the end of the year to get to 150. We can push for it. I know we can. So keep spreading the word, people, on the Roberto the Hornet channel. And if you don't already follow me and you like fantasy football, then do give me a follow and a subscribe on FPL Yellow Army YouTube. But yeah, it was an interesting round of games in game week 6 for sure, and obviously a bit of a disappointing result for Watford against Newcastle, where we really would have fancied a result there. But it is what it is. We just didn't quite have it in the tank, certainly in the first half. But in terms of how I got in my predictions, it was certainly not a nightmare. So well done for those comments. I appreciate it coming in from the legend that is, of course, the Dugout Football channel. He did very decent on his week 6 predictions. And I can, in fact, tell you that he did get a couple of correct scores. And just like me, it was Everton v Norwich 2-0 and Leeds v West Ham 1-2. He also did get a correct result in that result for Watford against Newcastle. 1-1 he called it. So fair play. He shot up the ranks after that. Whereas I didn't have a great game week 6 in comparison, but I still did get 2 correct scores. So Everton v Norwich and Leeds v West Ham. And I also said that Leicester Burnley would be a draw, which was a good prediction. And I also backed that it would be Arsenal win in the North London derby. And of course, a Man City win by the odd goal. So yeah, pretty decent in week 6. But we finished on 17 points. Obviously, it's 3 points for the result, 5 for the 3 points for the goal difference, 5 for the scoreline, and 1 for the result. And in comparison to game week 7, it was a much better week. Game week 7, we scored 10 points. Not ideal, really. No correct scores. We got a correct result in the Chelsea win. The correct result in the Watford. No, I didn't get that actually. I went with a 2-0 Watford win. I don't know why. On the FPL Juice channel, I said a 2-1 Leeds win. I probably should have stuck with what I had originally said. And Wolves, obviously, I got a correct result. Brighton, I said a draw. That was a 1-1 that I predicted, but it was 0-0. And of course, I said a 1-0 Tottenham win. So yeah, not too bad. 10 points, we'll take it, but needs to be better. And how does that affect the overall table? Well, great to see the predictions putting in by week 6 by SportCat01. He had a decent week as well. A few correct results, but no correct scores. And also we had the table after week 6. So going into week 7, the table stood like this. Douglas on 73, still top. I was 10 behind with 63 points. And in third, still Footy Tom with 15. Pav Kapor with 12. And the new entry, SportCat01, with 8 points from game week 6. But in game week 7, we had a very interesting development. And that was because in game week 7, we did get 10 points. But we can, in fact, say that by looking at his video, if you don't already follow Dugout Football channel on YouTube, then do check it out. I counted up how many points he scored. And it was, in fact, a very solid 8 points. Yes, 81 now is what Douglas is on overall, and I can only get 10, so fair play, Douglas. You're still top on 81. I'm on 73 in second, and as we said, same as last time for third to fifth. So let's go into match week number 8 then, shall we? The theme of the week was a fun one. In the last couple of weeks, we had James Bond, and maybe that was a few weeks premature, and we also had the No Time to Die Billie Eilish as the song of the week for game week 7. But what is the song of the week for this week? I'm going for a little bit of... Yes, it is Etta James. At last. And I don't care if I've done this one before. It's a banger, okay? What it isn't broken, you shouldn't fix. And it's, of course, at last, Watford. We've got a big matchup. And what I mean by that is we play a difficult opponent. I know Tottenham, you could say, was, but we've not really been tested yet. And it's not at last because we've seen it time and time again. And we haven't, had to wait for it. But Xisco Munoz was sacked. And it's his first game. Claudio Ranieri, the Tinkerman, what can he do? Home to Liverpool. Probably not many managers could do a lot with that. But let's see. It's about a long-term thing now. Can we see some performances? Can we see that identity? Can we get a bit more experience at the managing, direction and at the helm, really? So these are my predictions for match week 8. Let's start off then with that matchup between Watford and Liverpool. And I can say here, I'm going to predict a Watford win. We did do it last time at Vicarage Road. Ismail Assar ripping Liverpool to shreds with his pace. And also a cheeky little goal there from Troy Deeney, who's now no longer with us. But I'm backing a Liverpool win because, look, we're not going to be confident. We're going to try and show performance, but Liverpool are just so strong. So we've kind of just see this game as damage limitation and really accept we could get a battering. Then the next couple of games against Everton and Southampton more winnable. And Southampton are a team in and around us. So that's more of a chance for Claudio to implement his tactics and system. It was hard to remember really what we did in that Leeds game. We were so awful. So it's not great really. And Bachmann obviously has been out. He wasn't available for Newcastle due to injury, but for Norwich and Leeds it was a tactical switch, and Foster's looked not exactly solid, but better, I suppose. It's just that no one looked good against Leeds, basically, so it'd be a shame to see the injuries that we've got. King, Ciarauta, Cabaselli, not ideal at all, but could it be time for a Nicholas Nkulu? That's right, the Cameroon centre-back getting his debut. It would be good to see because he's got a lot of credit from his time at Torino. So I'm backing a 3-0 Liverpool, but let's not be pessimistic. We probably would have lost anyway. Goals coming here from Trent Alexander-Arnold, also Mohamed Salah, and the third goal for Liverpool, I'm not sure which order those go in, but let's say it's another goal from Sadio Mane. Now, let's move on to the matchup that is between the teams of Manchester United and, yes, that's right, Leicester City at the King Power. And I'm backing a very exciting game. Now, say what you like, this game is going to be a very exciting one, but not just because these are two teams who have been fighting for top 4 in recent years. It's also because Leicester, unfortunately for them, have been leaky defensively. So, what does that mean? Well, it means a chance for Manchester United to get back on track, really. They have been very poor in the last couple of Premier League matches against Aston Villa and Everton. So I honestly think that Leicester can do something here, but will it happen? Will it realistically happen? That is the question. But I'm saying for this game that it will in fact end Leicester City 2, Man United 3. Goals here for Leicester. I think they will get the first goal through Jamie Vardy. Always does it against Man United, just like that 11 matches in a row winning run back in 2015-16. The Foxes doing the bits, and of course Man United will equalise. They usually come back quite strong, and this time it's going to be a goal from Ronaldo, because it's Ronaldo. The equaliser though for Manchester United will be followed by a goal to get the game in their favour, and that goal I think this time will come from none other than Edinson Cavani. He's back fit. And then Leicester equalise with a goal coming from none other than Ricardo Pereira. But then the goal to finish it and win it for Manchester United will be in fact coming from an unlikely source. It is McTominay. Now, let's move on to the game between Everton and West Ham. This is on Sunday. Should be a good game. Everton have got a good record against the Hammers, but we've seen Everton drop off in the last couple of weeks against Villa, and they were expected to beat Norwich, but they did play quite well against Manchester United, and they should really have got 3 points. However, West Ham have also been good this season, and they've dropped off the last couple. So I'm backing actually West Ham to bounce back from that Brentford defeat, and I'm going to say Everton 1, West Ham 3. Everton to score first, I think, and that will be through Dominic Calvert-Lewin, who could be back from his injury. If it's not him, then probably say someone like Abdoulaye Doucouré is in great form. And then West Ham get their equaliser through Michail Antonio. The third will be coming, and the second from, who is it? Yes, you better believe it. It's Jared Bowen, a brace from the former Hull City man. Now, it is Villa versus Wolves, a big Black Country derby, and I'm going for a 1-1 draw. It's going to be goals from none other than Danny Ings, and for Wolves, it is going to be Traoré, finally, against his former team. And there's Man City 5, Burnley 0. We're going to go for 3 from Gabriel Jesus, 1 from Cancelo, and 1 from Mahrez. Then it's Norwich 1, Brighton 2. I'm saying Pukki to score, and a goal from Duffy, and then also a goal from Maupay. Southampton 1, Leeds 0. Livramento with the goal. Brentford 1, Chelsea 4. Toney's to score, and then goals from Lukaku, then Mason Mount, then Lukaku again, and the final goal for Chelsea, Azpilicueta. Then Newcastle 1, Spurs 2, and I think the first goal of the game will be from Spurs, Harry Kane. Then Newcastle equalised through Joel Linton, and then another from Spurs, it's Dele Alli. And then finally, Arsenal 3, Palace 0, Smith Rowe, Saka, and Aubameyang on the score sheet. Thanks for watching, I'll see you next time.